Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of those daytime TV shows that we're doing is, no, it's not daytime. We're doing a reality show, Vanderpump Rules. Okay, so Vanderpump Rules. But before we get into Vanderpump Rules, as you can see, my lips are a little chapped. I think it's just because of the weather here in Laughlin. It's been really kind of dry. And my skin, remember how one day I was like red all over? I think it's because the water is too hard here, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, excuse me. I'll be definitely looking forward to going back to Las Vegas later today, and seeing, and, well, basically just, I don't know, what am I, oh, and just getting my skin relatively decent, because it isn't right now. Anywho. Okay, so, Vanderpump Rules. So on Vanderpump Rules this week, Brittany, this was kind of an interesting week, because Brittany had well, it was actually a little bit weird. I don't think it's, okay, so, she had this sort of party, or they threw a party for her. Actually, I think it was Stassi that threw the party for her. And, I think it's really cool that Stassi and Brittany get along. You know what I mean? Because, everyone is always wondering, is Jax going to get back with Stassi? And I'm with Stassi, and I think that ship has sailed a long time ago. She can do better, and I'm not saying that Brittany can't do better, but Brittany's definitely a better match for Jax, for sure. But unfortunately, Jax has some issues when he, decided to be unfaithful, and, unfaithful, get it? Ugh. I kill myself. Actually, no, tons of other people have made that joke, so. So, basically, Stassi throws her this party, and in the party, Katie performs some witch ritual where they cast spells on Jax. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a little bit weird that, I don't know. I just felt like it was a little bit high school. You know what I mean? Like, it was a little bit like, are they too old for that? Casting spells on people? Isn't that something you do when you're in high school? It just seems kind of juvenile. To me. Anyways. Maybe they were doing it for the cameras. Maybe they were just having fun and weren't taking it seriously. Who knows? But, yeah, that whole thing was just so weird. So anyways, in this party, Brittany decides that she wants to, because, so Ariana, let's talk about Ariana. Ariana, who is rocking the haircut and looks pretty good. She's always looked good. She's always looked decent. And she's like major into horses now. Like, she is a rider. Like, we knew she enjoyed horses before, but now she's like, I go every day. So she's really doubled down on the horses. Do I have a black eye? Or is it just the shadow? I look like someone popped me in the face. Maybe I popped myself in the face in my sleep. Okay, so Ariana is at the party, and first of all, she starts getting along with Stassi. That's kind of weird. Again, kind of weird, And I'm not saying that you need to hold a grudge for all time. But if she hated the girl before, and now they're, I wouldn't say they were best friends, but, they're definitely getting along. But, devil's advocate, maybe that Brittany kind of brought these people together. Everyone cares for Brittany, and they threw this party for Brittany. So that makes sense then. That's actually kind of super cool, especially on Brittany's part, if she was able to, that people were willing to put aside their differences to spend time with her. That's really kind of cool. Okay, so Ariana tells Brittany, so did Jack say that he just hooked? How many times? No, she did. How many times did Jack say he hooked up with Faith? And Brittany's like, one time. She's like, no, it was more than once. Like, I can confirm with my friends that he said that they have hooked up more than once. So she was pissed. And what was so funny was that even before this conversation happened, Stassi had a conversation with Brittany, and she was like, yeah, next thing you know, you'll find out that they did it like 10 times. And he'll say, well, you forgive me for once. What's the difference if you're forgiving me for 10 times or whatever, right? So that kind of played out exactly how Stassi said it would. It is a little bit scary how well she knows him, and maybe that might be why people always think that Jossie. Oh God, I don't want to give those shippers any ammunition. Jackson, Stassi, maybe Stassi knows Jax a lot better than we all think. So, anyways, Brittany calls Jax, and she asks him on the phone. She puts him on speaker, and she asks him, how many times did you sleep with Faith? And he was like, one time. She was like, you fucking liar. She's over here now, and she's telling me how many times you guys have slept together. How dare you? She was like, well, he's like, what? Because he knew she was having this... you know how on the Little Rascals, and I'm going to really show my age here. You know how on the Little Rascals they had the He-Man Woman Haters Club? Kind of like this, but with chicks, right? The She-Woman Man Haters Club, right? So Jax knew that there was a chapter meeting going on. So, and that he would be the topic of discussion, I'm sure. But he didn't know Faith was going to be there, but she wasn't there. But she was totally bluffing to get him to admit it. And he was like, I didn't. I only had sex with her one time. Blah, blah, blah. And he screamed. Like he went outside of Sir Nightclub and he started screaming at her. He was like, yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. It was really unfortunate. Okay, there's a couple things I want to touch on real quick too. First off, I'm grateful that we got to see more of Lisa Vanderpump on this episode. I know that the show technically isn't about her. It's about the people that work for her. But still, I like her. Now, we saw her this week also on the Housewives of Beverly Hills, which I am doing in 2 days. But, actually, no, I'm doing that next. Yeah, I'm doing that one next. Yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, so, and it's too soon to tell whether or not she's different on this show than she is. Last season she was, most definitely 100%. She was different on Vanderpump Rules than she was on Beverly Hills Housewives. And I preferred her on Vanderpump Rules. I thought she was the best, and then we'll see. They just had one episode, so I'm not going to make any judgments about that yet until at least we get a little bit further along into both seasons. Okay, but it was really good that we saw her, and we saw Tom Schwartz, and so Tom Schwartz, Tom Sandoval, and Jax are hanging out with James Kennedy. Now, I don't have a problem with that per se. I think it's good. I like it when people get along. I actually prefer that to big conflict. And I know people might think that that's a little bit crazy and it doesn't make for good television. I just disagree. But I still watch, So, because most time people don't get along. But what's interesting to me is that, there's like a big gap in age between the Toms and Jax and James Kennedy. You know, that's a little bit off-putting because they'll say things that they're all on the same page and he's like, "Hmm?" Now, part of it might be because he's a little bit, special, and part of it might be because, he doesn't get those old references. He doesn't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So, and trust me, honey, I have been there. There's another project manager at work, and he's it's like I mentioned a television series, and he's like, I've never heard of that, or a movie's like, I don't know what that is, or a song, I don't know I've never heard of that, and I'm thinking, are you from Earth? Really? Have you not had any sort of pop culture at all? And I mean, like, and when I say song, like, I'm talking about like Justin Bieber, right? He's like, I don't know who that is. Wow. Wow. Okay. So I feel the pain. I feel the pain. I definitely do. So we'll see where this season goes. I mean, they really did just jump right into this whole Jack's unfaithful thing with Faith, episode 1. So now we're like, okay, figuring out, where we're going from here. I hope there are other storylines too. I mean, there's a little mini storyline with the opening of Tom Tom, which Lisa's opening with Tom and Tom, but other than that, but that's like minor at this point. So we'll see what happens. Oh, we also found out that Tom Sandoval and Ariana are not having sex that much. And he talked to her brother about it too, which is kind of awkward a little bit. Um, but yeah, it was, yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag Pump Rules to talk Vanderpump Rules with me, or you can also hashtag RHOBH or Real Housewives Shit to talk the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. Alrighty, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.